Shalom, Kol Haloyim Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Rachak Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. I wanted to make a video concerning being diligent, and ironically enough, this is now my third or fourth time trying to make this video, and I'm doing my best to be diligent, right? The first time I made it, and somehow it recorded without my voice. So whole 13, 14, 15 minutes, couldn't hear anything. And then the second time I recorded and somehow someone called. I don't know how they got through, if I have it turned off, but hey, things happen, right? So now this is my third time. Just an example of being diligent. Sometimes things like that happen and you got to keep pushing. It's all good, a little annoyed, but it is what it is. It's a good example to open up this video. You know if you're being diligent. No one has to tell you what that means. No one has to tell you what that looks like. We all know the definition of diligence. If you don't, look it up, study, but that's what you should be in this ministry. If you're going to receive salvation, if you're going to receive protection in the time of Jacob's trouble, well, you have to be diligent right now. You have to seek the Lord now and show him now that you're striving to do his will, that you're striving to be holy, that you're giving it your all. You're not putting in C plus or B minus B plus effort. No, you're putting in A plus effort. You're showing a strong work ethic towards the Lord's ministry. We're all servants, right? A servant has to show A plus effort unless you get reprimanded. And sometimes that happens. Our job is to learn from it and do better, right? Putting in overtime if necessary. Whatever it means to show diligence to you, that's what you should be doing, right? You should be doing this thing in truth and in sincerity. So I'm going to start here in the book of 2 Corinthians 13, verse 5. It says, "Examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves how that Yahushai is in you, except ye be reprobates?" So once again, and this is the reason why at the end of this title, I'm going to put, be honest with yourself. Because when it says to prove your own selves, that means to test yourself. Put yourself to the test. How hard can you go? You shouldn't just be fasting when the Day of Atonement comes around. So now you're fasting once a year, but Yahushua is not here. So you should be fasting to get closer and closer to him as often as your spirit allows, right? According to your own spirit, according to your faith. That's just one example of testing yourself, right? If there's a breakdown that you want to know, don't just wait until it pops up or randomly learn it. No, set aside some time, sit down, make time for the Lord, make time to get all the way into it and really study, break down the scriptures. Are you studying enough? All this is testing yourself. Look at maps, get into history, look up different names, empires, who ruled, when they ruled, what was happening at that time. Go into the definition of words, look up different narratives for different scriptures. Look up different Bible versions. This is everything that you should be doing when you study. And the Lord sees it and says, okay, that's a diligent servant right there. I'm going to protect that man or woman. It applies to both, right? In the time of Jacob's trouble. I'm pleased to deliver that individual because of their diligence towards my ministry, my house. So if you're being diligent, be honest with yourself. Because you can't fake the funk to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. And eventually, you'll be uprooted. You can't fake the funk to his men either. That's not how it works. If you're not being diligent, you're not really one of his, he's going to reveal it to his men. All things are going to come out. So pray to keep, Salak, doing this in truth and in sincerity. Now I'm going to jump over to the book of 2 Peter chapter 3. I'm going to get right to the point at verse 14. It says, "Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent, that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless." My voice cracked, don't worry about that. I'm going to read it again. This is, "Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent." I was just feeling it. "Be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace." There we go. "Without spot and blameless." Now the Bible is giving us a reason why we should be diligent. Why? So that we can be found of the Lord in peace when he returns. If you're not at peace with the Lord, then your relationship is one of war. You're at war with the Lord. You're against him. I mean, it's damn near a commandment to be diligent. Because remember, you can't put your hand to the plow and then all of a sudden you turn back, you stop working. How does that look? You were hired to be a servant in someone's house. They leave and then they come back and you sitting on their couch, got your feet up on the sofa, relaxing. You got chips all over you. The floor's dirty. TV's on. It's loud. On top of that, you sleeping. Didn't even hear the man come in the house. That's not being diligent. Right? That's how the Lord looks at certain people that just stopped. That were once doing his work out there on the highways and byways. Now they're just doing whatever. They're back into the world. That's how he looks at them. So we need to be diligent so we can be found at peace with the Lord. So that we can have a prosperous relationship with him and receive salvation. That should be the number one thing on our minds, is receiving salvation. In order for that to happen, you got to be diligent. I'm going to jump over now 2 chapters to the book of 2 Peter 1. I'm going to start at verse 4. It says, "Whereby are given unto us exceeding great and precious promises, that by these ye might be partakers of the divine nature, having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust." And we're hoping to take part of that divine nature, having those spiritual, superhuman-like bodies, the laws written in our minds, us never sinning, never going off. In order for that to happen, you have to escape the corruption that is in this world. Meaning what? Fight the flesh. Fight the flesh and walk in the Spirit. Now, verse 5 says, "And besides this, giving all diligence." It's going to go on to give all these characteristics. But before it does that, it says, "Giving all diligence. Add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge." You can't add virtue and knowledge and temperance if you're not giving all diligence. Meaning you got to put your best foot forward. You're not just going to walk into the kingdom of heaven and this whole time you were, it's not like school. You can pass a class with a C. You can't pass the test of the micro CHIP with a C+ effort, C+ mentality. Now, the Lord is requiring A++ faith and work ethic in him. That's the only way you're going to make it through Jacob's trouble and receive salvation. That's all diligence. You're only going to make it into the kingdom of heaven with a 4.0. Are you reading? Are you praying? Are you fasting? Are you applying the scriptures on a daily basis? When you gain some wisdom, are you applying it to your life in different situations? If you're able to do so, are you giving alms and tithes? Are you helping out the brotherhood in the best way possible? Whatever that may look like for you. That's what it means to give all diligence. And you know what that is. Once again, you know it. Be honest with yourself. We all know what it means and looks like to be diligent. Now, verse 6 says, "And to knowledge temperance, and to temperance patience, and to patience godliness, and to godliness, brotherly kindness, and to brotherly kindness, charity. For if these things be in you and abound, they make you that ye shall neither be barren nor unfruitful in the knowledge of our Lord Yahushua. Now it says, if these things be in you and abound, those characteristics will only abound through diligence. I mean, think about it. That's how you gain any kind of knowledge, even this earthly, fleshly knowledge right now, right? You go to school to be an engineer, whatever it may be, lawyer, doctor, whatever. I mean, those are professions where you have to give it your all. You can't just half-ass a whole mechanical engineering project. You know, you do it and then it's going to come back to bite you. They're going to look at you like, yo, you made us these blueprints, bruh. It was on you. So you have to give all diligence in the world to make it, you know, to have a strong profession. How much more in this ministry? Something way more important. The most important job that we've ever had in our entire lives. I'm going to grab one more precept. All right, I'm at 11 minutes, so I'm cool. I like keeping my videos short and sweet. This is Ecclesiasticus 27 verse 3. The brother Ibad posted this in our chat, and I thought it was noteworthy because I had coincidentally, or through the spirit, I guess, already wrote down this title, and then the brother posted this, so the spirit was telling me just to push it out there. Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach 27 verse 3. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown. So I got to slow down sometimes. I mean, you get excited, but there's so much in a verse, and you want to make sure that you are giving diligence to get the full understanding, right? Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord. What does that mean? Remember, in the book of Hebrews, the 11th chapter, it said that Noah was moved with fear to build the ark. He knew that rain was going to come down from the skies for the first time. And that feared him. He was like, yo, the Lord is bringing something crazy to this world, something terrible. We haven't seen this before. Nah, day one. Okay, this is happening. Let me get out there. Boom. Building this ark right now. Where's the hammer? Get the wood. We building this thing up today. We're not starting tomorrow. Being diligent. Seeking the Lord right now while he may be found. That's what it means to diligently fear the Lord. It's a motivational factor that keeps you doing his will in truth and in sincerity. If that's not you right now, that means you don't have enough fear. But guess what? The good thing is that fear is something that you can pray for. Yes, believe it or not, you can pray for more fear. You can pray for more faith. You can pray for diligence. It's a characteristic that the Lord gives. It's a gift. All three of those plus more. You can pray for those things because it pertains to your salvation. So why would not the Lord give it to you? All these dumb notifications. Now, if you're not diligently fearing the Lord, it says your house shall be soon overthrown. Meaning what? The first house is you, your body. That's the first house. Ultimately, what it's saying is that if you're not diligent, then you're just going to be destroyed. You'll die, right? Which ultimately means that you were a 2/3, and that sucks. Ain't no other way to put it. That sucks. Nah, man, we're striving to be a part of the elect. We don't want to be destroyed, overthrown, die. We want to live, to receive salvation, to be prosperous. So be diligent. You know what that looks like. Be honest with yourself and keep pushing. The end is here. Jacob's trouble, Lord's will is right around the corner. So, you've already made it to the end. This is the last leg, last line, last 100 meters. Keep pushing. We ran all the way around the track. Keep pushing and make it through the finish line. Call Halayim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rachakodash. The belongings to our apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.